Happy Saturday! Are y'all ready for another debt eliminator example? I know I sure am. I met with a sweet little couple this morning and I wanted to give you their scenario. Okay, here goes. They had a $300,000 mortgage, a $40,000 truck, a $30,000 car, and about $5,000 in credit card debt. Now they're just getting started, so they don't have very much disposable income or anything like that, so they're like probably many of you. And what was interesting is we run it through the debt eliminator software, and again, the mortgage was a 30-year mortgage, and the truck and the car was on 72 months, so that's about 6 years, right? 6 years. So we run it through the debt eliminator software, and they can be debt-free in 13.3 years, saving $262,563. That's $262,563 interest saved, and their payoff date would be August the 1st, 2037. Now, this young couple does not want to wait 13.3 years, even though it's a significant saving, and they shared with me they had started a side hustle business. And what they had agreed to do was they was going to put a big percentage of their side hustle income just towards eliminating their debt. They wanted to do more. Now, going from 30 years down to 13.3 years is significant, especially if you're not having to spend any more money than what you currently are. But just imagine the impact if you did have a few extra bucks that you could spend to pay down your debt a little bit more. We worked some numbers, and we eventually got it down to where this couple could be totally debt-free in 5 years, and that was just a little bit of their discretionary or their side hustle income being put towards that debt. And so that was just so exciting. You know, I want y'all to think about this calculator and this software kind of like a financial GPS, right? You plug in where you want to go, which obviously is you want to become debt free. And it spits out a report that gives you the fastest, most efficient route to achieving that goal. Now, what happens if you have an emergency? Well, you just plug that emergency in, and just like any good GPS, it will say what? Rerouting, right? It'll reroute, and it will show you, again, the fastest, most efficient way to complete your goal. And it's very, very exciting, especially those of you who have a mortgage. You know, being tied to a mortgage for 15, 20, 30 years sometimes is very daunting. And I know a lot of y'all out there, you probably pay a little extra on your mortgage, which is great. Some of you might use the bi-weekly payment plan, which some will allow and some won't. But what's interesting about this particular software is it uses the same amount that you are currently paying on all of your debts. And the only requirement in order to qualify is you have to have a checking account, a savings account, and you do have to have enough income to cover your bills. That's, should be a given, but just to kind of give you a real good idea. And generally speaking, there's no guarantees or nothing because everybody's personal situation is a little bit different. But generally speaking, when we run these through the calculator for a 30 and a 20-year mortgage, typically we can get it down to about 7 years. And then if you can think about adding a little bit extra to that, guys, you could be debt-free from that mortgage in, 5 years maybe, 3 years. Now, you are going to have to pay some interest, obviously, but this thing just spits out a report and tells you exactly what you need to do every single month and where you need to allocate your income. And the goal is, number one, to get you out of debt as quick as possible, saving you the most interest. Number two is to help you be able to build wealth and achieve your financial goals. And I think that is a worthy goal for any of us. Since COVID, most of us have realized, we probably had a little bit too much debt. You know, we was worried about not being able to make those payments. So anyways, I'm going to continue to share these little examples. And again, if you would like for me to do a complimentary debt-free date analysis for you, they offer this, and so you can just send me a DM. I don't need any of your personal information. I don't need your credit score. I don't need any account numbers or anything like that. I just need the amount of debt and the categories, and we can run that through the software, and it will give you a personalized report that will tell you specifically, just like this one. It said the payoff date, if they started today, would be August the 1st, 2037. How cool would that be to know down to the date when you could possibly be debt free? So I'm going to sign off today. Hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday.